One essential ingredient in an effective carry system is a good holster. Now this is especially true of pocket holsters. So in this review of the Galco Pocket Protector holster, model 608, used with the SIG P938, I'm going to consider more than just the construction style and quality of this leather holster. I'm going to actually be talking about the effectiveness of this holster's functionality as part of a pocket system, in the context of an overall philosophy of concealed carry. There are a number of pros and cons to consider in this kind of system, and with this holster in particular. Beyond that, I'm going to show you how this holster arrives and how it looks in various pockets of pants and jackets, and show you how this SIG P938 fits inside of this holster. By the end of this video, hopefully you'll know whether or not a pocket carry system is good for you, and if this holster in particular will be a good choice. Those of you who are familiar with the Galco brand, which is a fairly ubiquitous holster maker based out of Phoenix, Arizona, will recognize that the Pocket Protector holster has its roots in design styles that go back to Galco's popular holsters from the 1980s, the so-called original Jackass rig, or now known as the Miami Classic. Many, if not most, of Galco's holsters are characterized by leather construction that is partially structured. That is to say, some of the leather has been formed in a specific shape, and some of it is unstructured. That is, the shape of the gun forms the shape of the holster. And that's true of this holster in particular, the 608 version of the Pocket Protector. The Pocket Protector utilizes a nubuck leather. This is a top grain cattle leather, and it's a split grain leather. Now, to explain what this means, we need to cover some of the basics of leather construction. Leather has various quality grades based on how it is divided once it is initially treated. The best leather is full grain, and that comes from the top of the hide. The next level, which is used in this holster, is top grain. Top grain leather is considered a split hide. That means that the leather is actually from a middle level of grain. It is sanded or buffed on the outside, which gives a leather a suede-like appearance or a nap. It's a stiffer leather and typically lacks some of the richness of a full grain leather. It's also harder to clean and isn't as easily able to treat for waterproofing. Nevertheless, this holster, which as you can see is fairly fresh, is still going to hold up better than, say, this oil-tanned holster as far as tearing damage goes. It won't necessarily be prettier than this holster, but it is wear resistant. Now this holster is partially structured. The most structured element is clearly at the top of the holster around the slide. I believe that there's a metal piece in there that has been stitched in to ensure that you get a regular and secure fit when the gun is placed inside the holster. Of course, there's structuring near the trigger side of the holster to align the holster properly inside your pocket. And that's all accomplished through fitted pieces and good stitching. Some of you might be wondering why I'm using the 608 model rather than the 664, which is designated for the P938. The 608 is designated for the 238, and I actually feel like the retention's a little bit better for this model. The SIG 938 and 238 are extremely similar in size, but what I find is that with this holster, the retention is very positive. Now, when you consider that the rest of the holster is unstructured, all of this comes together for what's going to be a very secure fit on your pistol once it's in your pocket. I think that's very important for a pocket holster. Now, the central design element that makes this holster theoretically effective as a defensive or carry holster is the hooked shape at the base of the handgun's trigger guard. It's a notch that's supposed to catch on the lip of your pants. Now, I've found with practice that I am able to get a draw. It is a fairly slow draw, and to be honest, it's not a regular draw like what I'm used to with my inside the waistband holsters. I make mistakes quite frequently. It's not intuitive to catch this thing on the lip of your pants. You have to kind of pull it down. And there are plenty of examples of pockets where this holster just simply doesn't work because of a lack of structure in the pocket that the holster's in. Now, I think that it's probably true that a dedicated pocket holster user will have proprietary pants or a shirt to go with the pocket holster, but as a simple secondary or backup or alternative system for when you might want to just carry in your pocket, I find that I really need to be very conscientious about how I'm placing the holster inside of whatever jacket that I'm wearing, and that I'm specifically aware of all the ridges and lips inside of the jacket. Bottom line, with this system, even more than with other holsters, you really need to be intentional. Is the holster going to remain in your pocket when you draw it, or is it going to fall away? If you're not certain about the answer, you're not safe, and you're certainly not going to be able to defend yourself. So this carry system really presents significant disadvantages along with the advantages. On the one hand, they're ambidextrous, they're small, versatile. You can put them in packs or jackets or bags. They're simple, and therefore they're going to be durable. They're seamless. There's no problems with retention failures if you have figured it out properly. But on the other hand, most of the time with regular clothes, there's going to be some movement that is unintended. Security might even be a problem if you're stupid about it. And of course, there's going to be problems with retention when you're taking the gun out if you're not practiced, or if you're in a situation where maybe your stress is going to interfere with your technique. Just to be clear, this holster is not a shoot-through holster. You are going to need to draw your firearm if you are going to fire it. If you are practiced and are able to do this effectively, then I think it has a place in your carry systems. So while this holster wouldn't be my first choice as a conceal option, in a context or an attitude of trying to carry as constantly as you can and trying to find as many ways as possible to make your firearm reasonably accessible, I think that this holster has a place. Now, I'm very happy to report that the excellent Galco packaging covers a lot of these ideas, and in pretty good detail actually. In addition to seeing that this is made in the USA, an excellent thing, and that you're actually going to get a discount for signing up for the NRA if you haven't already, which you should do that straight away. There's a very detailed product information guide that is going to do more than just give you the basic specifications of the holster. It's going to explain to you the technique of holster carry. It's going to give you some details and some tips about utilizing this holster in a way that's going to enable you to carry your weapon effectively. And for that, I really applaud Galco for going above and beyond. Most holsters, honestly, that I purchased just come in a bag with no explanation. This piece of literature gives you advice on maintenance. It gives you details about carrying. It's very complete, especially for someone who might not otherwise be looking it up. So to sum things up, for about $20, you're getting a genuine made in USA holster of decent quality leather. Not the best, but it will be durable. I think this holster is going to hold up just fine. Moreover, it's been conscientiously designed to encourage effective pocket holster technique. With practice and with intentional experience, I believe that this could have a place in a concealed carry system. I want to thank you for watching this video, and I want to invite you to subscribe if you haven't already.